What's up, guys? This is Justin. I'm here with Brendan.
Hey, guys.
And we are playing Perfect Dark on the Nintendo 64. Look at those reflections. Look at that lens flare.
I love this game.
We are obviously playing on a. We are actually playing on an N64 with an expansion pack that unlocked a bunch of the game's features. It was technically playable without it, but you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
We're playing this because it's Nintendo's 125th anniversary, and to celebrate, we're playing. We're giving you a sort of look back in time at 125 of Nintendo's greatest games.
And this is, in my opinion, one of the greatest. It looks so different looking back at it now. And back in the day, this was like the next level of games, like the lighting effects, the guns.
Yeah, it really, really was.
Everything.
The reflections on the floor of the floor was like so clean, and you would see the pillar sort of going up and reflecting. Oh, look at this is actually Brendan's save file.
Yeah, this is my save file. Back in the day, I was the master at this game.
Oh, but then you eventually were sort of like, nah, I can't
yeah,
do this
eventually
anymore.
I kind of like petered off.
So what we're looking at right now is the firing range, the shooting range, and this is something that I want to talk about. This is how feature-rich this game was. We're running around the Carrington Institute, which is like this hub world, sort of, I guess you would call it that. And every single gun in the game, in this out-of-the-way room, had like a shooting range challenge. And like it all had bronze, silver, and gold scores. A lot of the guns had multiple ways that they could be fired.
I love the laptop gun.
Yeah, the laptop gun was ridiculous.
Of course, I kind of threw it out. But yeah, I loved, like, that was the coolest
Did you
stuff.
just toss it away?
I just tossed it on the other side of the target, so unfortunately didn't actually work as I anticipated.
But that's exactly how, like, this game has more. I'm not going to say it's the best game ever made, but I will say it's got more features and options, and just like it ticks more boxes than I think any other video game.
Oh
I've
yeah,
ever played.
look at the range of weapons you had in this game to choose from. There was the
and
golden gun,
and every single one had separate, unique, handcrafted weapon challenges.
Oh yeah.
So we just wanted to, before when we hopped into this Let's Play, we just wanted to show these off. Brandon, maybe we should hop into. You said your favorite single-player mission is maybe the first one.
I think it's the most iconic, and it still holds up as a really good mission. I think
Yeah.
today. So I love the menu you can bring anytime.
The perfect menu.
So there's.
And so, just like pop into the solo missions. There's agent, special agent, and perfect agent where there were times to beat, but each difficulty wasn't just harder. Like in GoldenEye, you had more areas of the level you had to go to.
There's 4 objectives here,
Yep.
and only 1 for regular agent.
Yeah. So it's perfect.
Crazy.
It's so clever, so smart.
Yeah, I loved like some games today you play when you get more difficulty, just the enemies become bullet sponges. And that's, in my opinion, not really difficult. It just makes things more frustrating.
Yep.
Actually giving you more objectives that make the game harder and more challenging I think is a really good idea that I really wish more games would take advantage of today.
Yep. Super underutilized. GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, and there's other games that did do it, but it's never been as common, or it never took off in the way that I wanted it to. I like how, this game was, gorgeous. It was cutting edge, but now the Perfect Dark's frame rate is so bad.
Blistering 10 FPS.
I know, like a lot of N64 games are like that. We played Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie and 1080 snowboarding. They're so framey, and like I just didn't see it. Like now when I look at this, it's unbelievable how framey it is, but you just didn't notice that when you were a kid.
It would be hard to go back and play this and not be able to notice all these glaring flaws that you take for granted now with like 1080p FPS.
Did you play? You know what, Brendan? That's it. Forget Destiny. Forget Master Chief Collection. When I get home, I am downloading Perfect Dark on the Xbox. Because I never did. I never played the 360 version.
I don't want to be honest. This is my version.
Yeah.
I would not tarnish it with another. Even if you give me prettier graphics and stuff.
Sure.
You can't really beat this. This is just amazing. And speaking of underutilized things, this game also had. Hey there.
Oh, yeah, that sniper rifle. Talk about, sorry, not to interrupt, but speaking of iconic opening missions in games, if we should do a feature. IGN should do a feature on like the best opening missions in games, and this is one of them. You start on the roof and then slowly infiltrate your way down into the building. It was like GoldenEye.
Pistol whip.
Wow.
Pistol whip.
This was GoldenEye taken to another level.
I also love the guard dialogue in this game.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh my God, I'm dying! Oh, oh my leg!"
I actually remember, and I couldn't give you any details now because it's been too many years. But I actually thought the storyline in Perfect Dark was really interesting and had good twists and turns.
It was crazy. I lights off to just make myself crazy.
To be super sneaky.
Yeah.
You eventually meet an alien.
It was like. It was like the X-Files meets James Bond.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was an awesome combination. And I like how you have this hub world, the Carrington Institute, that you run all around in. And then halfway through the game, or maybe a little more, a mission takes place there. And it's being invaded. Spoilers. And that just made it feel really serious. You're like, oh, man. This like safe space that you've been spending your time in the menus is now sort of become this war zone.
Oh, yeah.
Brendan, since we don't have a lot of time, maybe we should hop in.
Wait, hang on.
What are you doing here?
She's one of the main antagonists. I remember I would always do is I would, Oh, really? Alright, yeah, so let's get out of this. Oh, hi guy. But yeah, I loved, there was a mode that nobody ever used, and it was counter-operative mode.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is this game, speaking of just having features on top of features on top of features, and you had the crazy stat tracking.
Oh, yeah.
Like, after every single mission, you had it would give you stats on every single thing you did, and you would get the multiplayer medals.
Right? It would give you, like, medals if you got, like, good headshots. But
so
yeah,
counter-operative mode.
Counter-operative, it was, like, you played through the campaign, but then your friend would play against you as a random grunt.
Right.
It would just pick from the level. And they have, like, a little bit of health and whatever gun that grunt would have.
Yep.
And they have to stop you.
Yep. Super clever.
Yeah, and it was hilarious because they also, like, when I played with my friend, he would try to sabotage mission objectives. Like, if there was a place to get data from, he'd throw grenades at it and try and blow it up. I'm like, okay, you're cheating, dude.
That's, like, the right way to play counter-operative. Hey, go back before you hop into the combat simulator. Go into your stats. Or can you see the stats from the main menu if you tab over? Or do you have to only...
Don't get me started on cheat mode.
Oh,
this game had some of the craziest cheats.
Yeah, it's great.
There was DK mode, there was paintball mode.
And do you remember that the stats, your multiplayer stats, like as you earn medals, would unlock things? And it was a big mystery on the internet. Like, what if someone got to 10,000 medals?
Do you want to see multiplayer stats, Justin?
Yeah.
Would you like to see multiplayer stats?
Yeah, that's what I would spend hours. This game, I think, kicked off my love of like just poring over stats.
Let's see player stats from.
Is this you?
Yes.
And then it would show your playtime.
Look at that.
Jeez. Wow. And then you would rank up.
This veteran 2, you start like at rank like 50 or 100 something. I made it to rank 2. I think I made it to rank 1 on another save file. But yeah, I mean, there's.
Well, I think you're veteran 11.
Is that 11?
It might be 2. But anyway, so you do, like, and then people wouldn't know how to level up. Like, it was a secret up to your veteran ranking. You're like, is it just earning medals or is it doing other things?
You have all these challenges.
And more challenges. All right.
So let's get in. Get in and play with me.
All right, I'm hopping in.
All right, so.
I'm going to let you pick all this stuff because I don't even remember how this works.
Weapons. Let's choose a set. I kind of want to do the Far Side set.
Do you want to do you and I against each other? Or you and I against bots?
Yeah, let's do it against bots. So options, let's see. All this simulants.
And so you actually haven't even brought up the bots, but they came
meat
in.
Sims.
Yeah, just us against a bunch of meat sims.
Yes.
But then you could even make. So this is us playing cooperatively against a bunch of meat sims. But what me and my friends would do is we would do co-op competitively. Like we'd be like, who can kill more meat sims in the time limit? And so we would make up our own game types like that. And yeah, and you're totally doing it. Where I love that they had sims that weren't just easy, medium, or hard, but sims that had custom AI.
Yeah, like the judge sim. It would like go after people who like attack them. It would just relentlessly pursue them.
Well, I think that's feud sim. I think judge sim goes after who's in first place.
Oh yeah, you're right. And then turtle sim, venge sim.
Yeah, venge sim. And so there's all these different sims that had different sort of AI profiles, and we would do things like, we would try to hole up in a room and see how long we could survive.
I would always like hide in a duct and just have a bunch of proximity mines and just sit there.
And I like that Dark Sims, the highest difficulty, would cheat. And I think the game even tells you they cheat.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, look, they don't have to reload their gun. They move faster. Like, they do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Where do you want to go to?
Oh, I don't even remember the levels. You can pick whichever one you think is best.
All right. I think slow motion off.
Let's do it.
We need to put teams.
I know. It's like
team names.
It's just so crazy that this predated Halo, this predated everything with all that sort of elaborate stat tracking. That's what I would spend. I swear my memory is that I would spend more time I would spend more time looking at my stats than I would actually playing.
I had a lot of weird team names, I'll be honest. It was a different time for me.
You did have weird team names.
PU. All right, so we're Team Death. Let's do this. And if you find the Far Site, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Oh, yeah. My character was always a tuxedo with a crazy mask because no aliens allowed. They're like Odd Job.
Yeah. It's so crazy to me that we talked about this in the GoldenEye Let's Play, that you don't have dual analog controls. Like, this control method that we're playing right now was how games were played for,
back in my day.
Yeah, for like 5 years, but now I can't.
Maybe we had the C-stick to strafe, and that was it.
Yeah, I can like barely control this.
Get him. He's got the far sight.
I'm trying.
Good. Oh. The funniest thing was having 4-player matches, and then you see someone go in the far side zoom mode, and you see them look at your character like you're trying to like duck and like crouch everywhere. It's like, what are you screen looking? I'm not screen looking. What are you talking about?
I actually think this frame rate is better than GoldenEye. It might just be because there's not a lot of explosions
Oh
on
man,
the screen.
one thing that pissed me off to no end was getting punched or tranked in this game, because your screen would get so blurry.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the tranks. It would look like you were like drunk.
Stop punching me! I hate this. Now I don't know why I hate this part.
And I memorized.
Oh, I'm so drunk.
Brendan, the human mind is a weird thing because I played and played and played this game and had every single detail of every single map memorized, and now it's all gone. Like, it's just all gone. None of it.
I still have some of it blocked in there.
I don't remember where anything is or even how to hardly play the game.
Finally killed somebody.
Well, Brendan, this has been Perfect Dark.
I apologize for your eyes as my
I
screen
know.
gets blurry and blurrier.
Everybody at home, I hope you've enjoyed going on this Nintendo nostalgia trip with us. We're doing it all month long, so remember that for all things Nintendo
Share
and
your wonderful
nostalgia,
memories, yes.
you can keep it locked to IGN.